A company posts hundreds of vacancies, yet struggles to hire a single qualified person. Meanwhile, a recent graduate spends months sending out applications, only to be met with total silence. These two realities seem mutually exclusive, but both the frustrated hiring manager and the rejected graduate are completely accurate in their descriptions. We have millions of job seekers and millions of job openings existing at the same time. Economists refer to this breakdown as a skills mismatch. This diagram shows two isolated forces in the economy: what schools are supplying and what industries are demanding. The jobs are there, the people are there, but the academic supply fails to interlock with the functional, everyday needs of the marketplace. We have to separate a labor shortage from a talent shortage. A labor shortage means an economy lacks the actual population to do the work. India, with over 1 billion people, clearly does not have a labor shortage. But as you can see, having an enormous volume of available people doesn't solve the problem if those individuals lack the highly specific skills required to execute complex tasks. The core infrastructure designed to turn human potential into productive employees is breaking down, and it leaves the desperate employer and eager candidate stranded in their own isolated realities. The root of this isolation lies in the different ways our institutions are built. Universities are designed and optimized to evaluate academic knowledge. Companies, however, operate on a completely different metric. They hire strictly for business performance. You can memorize the principles of coding or manufacturing in a classroom, but when a candidate steps onto a high-stakes factory floor or joins an intense IT sprint armed only with theoretical concepts, the gap between passing a test and building a working product becomes immediately obvious. This radar chart compares an average graduate to an employer's ideal hire. Notice that the technical knowledge is exactly the same. The invisible separator here is soft skills. A candidate's technical ability might get their resume shortlisted, but if they lack the ability to communicate, manage their time, or collaborate with a team, their real-world execution falls apart. Now introduce artificial intelligence and rapid technological iteration into the mix. Watch what happens to technical knowledge over time. The specific coding language or software a student learns today expires faster than ever before. Employers eat people who can learn the next system, rather than merely repeating tasks on the current one. A university degree provides a paper trail of a student's past ability to memorize and synthesize information. Modern employers are trying to buy future adaptability. This leads directly to one of the most frustrating barriers for any young professional: the experience trap. Every entry-level job seems to require prior experience, which is impossible to get without first landing an entry-level job. To understand why this trap exists, we have to look at the psychology of a hiring manager. This scale visualizes the true cost of an employee. A bad hire burns through capital, halts progress, and erodes the morale of the entire team. As those blocks stack up and break the foundation, you can see the very real danger a manager faces. An untested, unproven graduate represents a highly unpredictable financial threat to an organization's stability. Experience serves as a necessary proxy, proving a candidate possesses the professional discipline required to survive a corporate environment. It provides evidence of workplace survival that theoretical studies simply cannot replicate. The talent gap is driven by a paralyzing fear of unmitigated financial risk, creating a highly defensive hiring posture that locks an entire generation of graduates out of the workforce. Fixing this requires movement from both sides. Waiting for a perfectly risk-free candidate is mathematically impossible. They must accept the responsibility of building internal talent pipelines and investing heavily in training, actively constructing the bridge from the lecture hall directly to the headquarters. On the other side, job seekers have to undergo a rigorous mindset shift. The most effective way to enter the modern workforce is to stop asking the market to give you a job and start figuring out how to make yourself inherently valuable to an organization. The clearest path to proving that value is through the relentless pursuit of internships and apprenticeships. Look back at our broken risk scale. Apprenticeship programs are the ultimate correction tool. They allow candidates to prove real-world competence. This dissolves the blocks of hiring risk, restores balance, and destroys the hiring manager's fear of the unknown. Alongside formal apprenticeships, candidates must build a continuous portfolio of active, self-guided projects. Proving that you can build something from scratch demonstrates a capacity for ongoing, self-directed learning, which is exactly what a tech-driven landscape demands. Mastering employability creates a state of continuous alignment with the market. When you achieve this, new opportunities will actively seek you out, moving past the need for a traditional job hunt.